Good afternoon, everybody. Damon Gonzalez reporting live from the city of New York, the Slip Punches Show. We have a special edition show going on this afternoon. We have a special guest joining us from Tampa, Florida. Boxing promoter, Signature Punch Boxing, the one and only Gary Lewis. Gary, how you doing today?
I'm good, Damon. How you doing? I see you there in the Big Apple, man.
Thank you, thank you. Just working. You know how we are, man. We just stay busy. We love what we do, and we just love the sport, man. We're really delighted to have you on the show, and tell everybody about Signature Punch. Tell us everything you've been doing, and start off with all the success that's been going on in 2021.
Oh, absolutely, man. Well, we launched our title night series, which is a boxing series that we wanted to focus on giving fighters an opportunity to fight for titles, to help them position themselves, to matriculate through the ranks of boxing. I know you have a belt, and there's a lot of belts out there that are vacant. And so, on first one was February 20th, and our next one will be June 19th at the DoubleTree down in Miami. We have Harold Calderon fighting for an Intercontinental title, Melissa Odessa Parker fighting for a world title, and we have a couple of USBO titles that'll be fought for. So this is the platform, Damon, where if you're a fighter, you're a boxer, you can come, and get an opportunity to win a title, position yourself to one day, fight for and fight for a world title, one of the bigger networks and those types of things. So, with COVID and the Olympics and different things, well, a lot of guys used to fight, trying to make the Olympics so they can position themselves so they could, get the big contract. Title night is kind of another alternative where, if you fight other shows, position yourself in the rankings, in your ranking system, WBC, WA, WO, IBO ranking systems, then we look at that type thing. We give you an opportunity, to come in and fight for a title, whether it's a world title or a United States title or a continental title or regional or something. So it positions yourself and increases your market value.
I definitely want to touch on Melissa Odessa Park, but listen, Harold Calderon, welterweight, man, what a job this young man has done under your promotions. You have bringing him into Tampa Bay to do training camps.
Yes.
He's fought in the Miami area a few times already under you, and
Yes.
successfully have won some great matches. How
Yes.
exciting is to have that kid?
It's great. Harold was a guy that was out. He was, he decided, he wanted the right situation for himself. So, he never signed with any managers, any promoters, and I just saw him as a talent. He's a southpaw. He's a big welterweight. And I saw his skill set and his work ethic, and I knew it was something special about him. And so we spent some time together, and he liked my business model and the plan that I set for his career. And I'm I'm people that know me. I'm a very serious man, and I mean what I say, and I do I do what I say. And so it's been great. We've been matriculating him along. He won a USBO. Now he's fighting for Intercontinental, which will position himself, for a world title shot. We have some other things coming up later in the year for him to keep advancing. So if you want to advance in boxing, you want to move and position yourself, Signature Punch. That's what we're doing. And we have our June 19th date, which I know the whole world has now heard that Triller is now on June 19th, which, be honest with you, Damon, kind of concerns me because I don't know how the Florida Boxing Commission allowed that to happen. Triller had a date of June 5th sanctioned. They followed all the right protocols, just like all the other promoters in the state, and they had the date of June 5th. But then came Showtime in the pay-per-view King Floyd Mayweather, and Triller decided to cower up and run over to my date. And when I've been having serious conversation with Patrick Cunningham, the state commissioner, and who granted them the date for no cause, no real reason to move, and he basically told me that I need to talk to Triller, but it was his decision to move them to that date for no justifiable reason. And in the state of Florida, we have an unwritten rule. It's called the 60-mile rule. And that 60-mile rule is been used against promoters in the state of Florida for several years. Well, they won't let us do shows on top of each other. For instance, to get June 19th, the state commission put me on pause because the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame show is on the 18th. And
Correct.
so
Yeah.
once they did, and once I said, hey, we're within the 60-mile rule, they granted me the 19th. And they have denied me and other promoters in the state of Florida, dates based on this phantom 60-mile rule. But now they have granted Triller a date in a venue that's 5.8 miles away from our title night series. And being a small minority business and growing this boxing promotion business we're doing, that's stepping right on our toes. And when I spoke to him, he told me I needed to talk to Peter Kahn. And I'm saying, well, Peter Kahn's not the state commissioner. You're the state commissioner. And so I don't know, man. It seems like a little funny business going on with that situation. But Damon, it's going to be okay because we're going to line up anyway on June 19th, and we're going to bring our people out and we're going to put on one heck of a show. So what I want to tell the boxing fans is don't support that Triller show. It's gimmicky anyway. They're breaking the way we do business in the state of Florida, our business practices. Patrick Cunningham has now opened up a precedence that now promoters can use to create a Wild Wild West type situation. That means if I have some trouble with a promoter in the state of Florida and I want to be evil and dirty, I can have a sanctioned date. I can then move my date around the board like a chess piece and go right at his date and go cross the street and go head hunting and chop his ticket sales in half. And that's what Patrick Cunningham has established, a Wild Wild West situation while moving Triller's date on the same date as mine, the little guy in the state of Florida who's building, and is only 5.8 miles down the road. And we know that's just not right. That's just not fair. And now the Triller, who was all pay-per-view, now Damon, they're selling tickets. I'm a
Right.
ticket seller.
Right.
We exist on ticket sales. So that's going to hurt my show, but it's okay. We're going to be okay because we're going to let the man upstairs deal with it and deal with Patrick Cunningham's bad business practices and breaking the system in which I thought he did a good job of establishing in the state of Florida by creating this 60-mile, unwritten rule as now I'm finding out it's not a statute and it's not even a rule. So promoters out there, when Patrick Cunningham denies you a date based on a 60-mile rule, it doesn't exist. The 60-mile rule doesn't exist. So you literally can have a venue and a show we could have a show next door to each other, Damon, and that's sad. And that's a sad way. And I don't know why he's been influenced by Triller and why he won't stand by the grounds when they did. I'm not mad at Triller. They did what they supposed to do. I mean, hell, I don't want to go up against Showtime and Money Mayweather either. So
Right. Right.
I
The
tuck
show
and run.
must go on.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, at
tuck
the
and
end of
run
the
too.
day. Yeah.
But the thing is, they ran to my date, and so shame on them. But anyway, the show's gonna go on, and we're gonna stop talking about them and their antics, and we're gonna talk about the more important thing: the boxers itself. So Melissa Parker, she's a
Melissa
talent.
Parker, man, let me
Yeah,
tell you, you have a lady fighter with you that I got super excited when she signed with you.
yeah,
I had the privilege to shoot ringside photography in a couple of her fights. This
yes,
is a woman fighter that has all the goods. She
yes,
has knockout power.
yes,
She fights. She uses the ring. She's intelligent.
yes.
She doesn't back down. She's a
No,
great young talent that is scary
she's a
in
warrior.
women boxing.
She's a warrior, Damon. She's a real warrior. She's southpaw. And you're right. If you look at women boxing, you look at it on BoxRec, and you look under the wins, you don't see a lot of knockouts, right? But Melissa has knockout power. I mean,
Yes.
she positions, and what we're working on her speed. We're gonna make her faster. We want to make her quicker. We're just trying. She's there already. We just fine tuning that well-oiled machine, man. My trainers are doing a good job. We're taking a little bit out of her element and trying to just sharpen the tools because I really think that Melissa can get into that 118 division, and by the end of the year, she can have 3 of those world titles. And I think she can clean that 118 division up and be an undisputed champion. And then I really think after that, we can move to 122, and I think she's gonna make a havoc in that. She has the potential to be a two-division undisputed world champion in women's boxing, and she's just that special. And you know what I love about? She loves the work. She loves the work. You know, she loves to get after it. And like I tell all my fighters, if you love the work, the work will love you back, right? And put those belts around you. So, look out for her. She is definitely the next it in women's boxing. I'm excited to have her as a part of the Signature Punch, family, as my fighters like to call it, the Signature Punch gang. We're excited to have her. June 19th, be there live at the DoubleTree Miami Airport Convention Center. See her. She's amazing. She will be going up against Rosalinda Rodriguez. That's the opponent.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight. She don't back down. She does not back down. So in Rosalinda's now what, 12-0?
That's a great
It's a
fight.
great fight, right? And so and that's a fight that Melissa said, "Hey, I want that fight because I want people to know that I'm not running from nobody. If they want to sign the contract and get in the ring, which is where we're at now. Rosalinda just had a fight here recently. She was victorious, and so we're just going through all doing our due diligence and stuff like that. But that's pretty much going to be the fight, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an
Man,
exciting fight.
when you got that call, Gary, from John Dodano and Ed Levine and the IBO was like, look, let's do it. Let's put the title on her. I mean, how when you sat down with her and told her that, I mean, what was the reaction from her? I'm sure she was like really pumped about it.
Yeah, she's excited. She was excited. Her whole thing. If you look at all her interviews, she talks about winning belts. That's Melissa's thing. She doesn't talk about winning money. She talks about winning championships. She's a competitor, and she knows that the more she wins, the money's gonna come. And so she was excited. I actually flew to Houston. I actually took a seven something. I think I landed about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I flew out to Houston. I spent just we had lunch. We had a great productive lunch, and
Awesome.
we handled our business. And then I announced to her that she had been approved to fight for a world title. And man, she was excited. She was super excited about it. And then she immediately had a plan to come down to something we do at Signature Punch that's pretty cool. We do a training week. We bring in all my fighters and all my coaches, and we have a very intense training week because I think it's important that although boxing is an individual sport and we have a bunch of professionals that have their own career paths, I think it's very important that we build some type of team camaraderie. So they work together, they push together, so they know when they go back to their home gyms, they know they can think and they say, Melissa can think and say, I know Harold is in Miami grinding right now. And Harold can say, I know Melissa's putting in the work because I worked with her. I saw her work ethic. So it's an underlying motivational piece that we do. And she came in and she's still here with us in Tampa, training with my strength and conditioning coach, with my specialty coaches. I got coaches that specialize in just footwork in the ring, and then her head coach, and we're just sharpening this sword, man. She's gonna be a samurai in the division. She's just sharpening the sword. She's gonna be fantastic, and I'm excited to see her. So I'm telling you guys that Harold Calderon main event, Melissa Parker co-main event for world title. The fight's going to be electrifying. She's going up against a good fighter in the young Orthodox Rosalinda Rodriguez. The fight's going to be amazing. It's going to be electrifying. It's a can't miss. It's a can't miss night. So if you want to go, if you want to see some good quality boxing, June 19th at the DoubleTree Miami Airport Convention Center. It's going to be live. We'll have 11 bouts that night. We'll have Javon Garnett in action, fighting for
Nice.
USBO title. Yes, we'll have King Damon Antoine in action. We're gonna have some Miami guys. Courtney Jackson's gonna be in action. He's
Okay.
coming back in action.
Wonderful.
Right. Then we got the young Gaspar Pierre gonna be in action. So we've got some
Okay.
Miami guys down there that's growing and building. So it's gonna be a good card. It's gonna be a can't miss card. And you gotta be there. You gotta be there ringside, man, with your camera doing what you do.
Man, we definitely gonna work together. Gary, listen, tell everybody more about the foundation, the signature punch facility that you've set up for these fighters,
Right.
it is such a wonderful place to train. I mean, I went over there and I was totally blown away on how
Yeah. Well,
professional the foundation is.
I cut my teeth, Damon, in the NFL. And the one thing in the NFL is we have we have field houses in the NFL. And in college football, where I cut my teeth, we had field houses. So I wanted to build a facility that my fighters could call home. A 5,000 square foot gym dedicated to boxing
Beautiful.
with everything in it, pro style ring, state of the art bags, recovery locations, recovery centers. I brought in one of the top strength and conditioning coaches, Melvin Jenkins, in the country. He's coming from Division I level football, where he understands the body, breaking down the body. Making sure you run correctly, you stand correctly, seeing if there's and working your muscle groups as you need to improve on punching power, torque, speed, those types of things. And most importantly, recovering the body, taking you to failure and bringing you back up. Those are the types of things that we do here, that we do from a technical standpoint to increase our fighters' opportunity to be successful. We have a motto here, man. We just refuse to lose. We'll do what we need to do, and I'll spare no expense on putting resources behind these fighters and giving them the opportunity to be successful. And the world's gonna see it. It's just it just takes time.
Everything's patience.
Everything
Absolutely.
is patience. It's gonna take the world a little time to see what we're doing here at Signature Punch. See that we're serious. See that our fighters are top notch fighters, and then once the major networks and those guys see it, hopefully they'll be smart and get behind this Title Night series, because we've got this is Title Night 2. We've got a date in Puerto Rico coming up. We're gonna go into Puerto Rico. Oh
Ooh,
yeah, I can't
good
talk too much.
stuff.
Can't
I
talk
want
too
that
much about
scoop.
that. But we going to Puerto Rico. Hopefully, Title Night 3. We got 4 coming up next year. It's going to
Okay.
be an amazing year. We're going to Biloxi, Mississippi. We're going to Arizona. We're going to Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to Ohio. We're going to
That's what I'm
Texas.
talking about.
And we're gonna do about 4 or 5 dates in the state of Florida. We're gonna put the Title Night series on the road, and we're gonna grow this concept, and it's gonna be fantastic. And hopefully, we get us a nice media partner to back us, to come in and back us on this thing, and then we can show it to the world. Right now we've developed our own network, SPTV. We also have a partnership with the international platform, KOTV, that takes us to 179 countries. Last fight, we had over 100,000 downloads that we was just testing the app process, and
That's awesome.
now hopefully we monetize that to our benefit. So we got a lot of things going on, Damon, man, that we just work. I got a great staff. I got a big staff. I got a great staff of professional event planners that used to be with me when I owned Pro Events, a large event planning company I owned years ago. We used to do the largest celebrity event in Vegas. And so I retained some of those people to come over. And so we run a tight ship, very professional organization. My background, 20 plus years in boxing, working with Showtime, working with 5-time world champions. So, we're not new to this, buddy. We true to this. We know what we're doing. And so we're just going to keep moving along. But, I just had to bring up that little injustice that I feel is happening to us on June 19th. I just think it's not fair. But we'll let the chips fall where they are, and then we'll keep moving forward, and we'll do what we have to do to be successful.
Gary, before we land the plane, man, take a moment and give a shout out to some individuals that have been behind you in structuring all of this that you're doing in the sport of boxing, because it's really awesome for the sport.
I'm glad you give me this opportunity. I've had some guys that saw the plan, believe in it. Nelson Lopez has been doing a lot of Junior has doing a lot of my matchmaking. He works with a lot of other platforms. Ryan Ricky and Odd Socks, they've been fantastic. They got a lot of their own stuff going on, but one thing, Ryan has been a real good friend to me. Um,
It's awesome.
the guy that I could, talk to about certain things, and just and be open and honest. And he runs his own show, and he also runs his own shop. But Ryan's been very good and forthcoming with information and just support. Um, you know, just everybody, everybody we deal with, we forged a nice alliance with Sugar Bird Amateur, because I got one of the best amateur programs in the state in my gym. I think we had 3 national champions at the USA Boxing Tournament. We've had a few guys take some green belts home this weekend. Coach Ortiz, Coach Flacco runs my amateur program. They're great.
Wow, yo, Flacco's old school. He's been around
Yeah.
a minute.
Oh
Love
yeah, man.
Flacco, man.
Yeah. Flacco bring, and Flacco's working a little bit with Melissa Parker. He's taking, if I wanted him to work with her a little bit, just taking it back to the basics. You know,
Right.
getting that foundation solid, because she's gonna be we know what she's gonna be. She's gonna be super. So, but yeah, I gotta think a lot of people, man. If I left some people out, they know I love them. They know they have my back. Even old crazy Will Hunter in Mississippi. I met him for the first time face to face this weekend, and Will is a good guy.
He is.
He just wants to do the right thing and bring boxing to his state, and I like a no nonsense guy. So I've been able to forge a lot of good relationships, and I work hard to keep those relationships tight and right, and we're just gonna keep moving forward, Damon. We're just gonna keep doing title nights. You know, like I said, we're on 2. We'll probably do about end up on 4 or 5 this year, and next year we're gonna blast it. We'll do probably another 12, 14 shows, and we're just gonna keep it rolling. Just keep it
Oh,
going.
I definitely want to give you a shout out and congratulations for Gene's great win on Boxeo Telemundo. Boy,
Oh,
was that a great win.
isn't he a great prospect? Gene
Man,
Gira,
young,
yes.
raw, and can punch.
And I'm glad you brought. Let me talk about and that's what I'm doing. I'm signing the next its in boxing, next generation of Gene Gira, El Gato. I mean, wonderful talent. I mean, he was in a he got he was
That
in a,
kid, man.
he was in a dogfight, and he stood in there and did what he got to do. We got the Henry brothers down there in South Florida, Miami, Bobby and Bryce. Henry, beautiful fighters, both of them 6'3",
Awesome.
one at 140, one at 147. We got a stable. I'm strategically signing young fighters. Like I said, I mentioned Javon Garnett, I mentioned King Damon, also the big heavyweight that I brought on, Jamarcus Polane, now 12-0, 10 knockouts. You know, um, we're just trying to find that next wave of young, talented fighters, and I'm open. I'm open, and we're looking for more talent. We're looking to sign more fighters, but it's got to be a right fit. We want good quality young men and women. They got good integrity, and the biggest thing is they got to learn to. They got to work hard. I demand the hard work. And I think if you put the work in, you'll get what you need to get out of it. And so we're excited, man. We're super excited around here, and like I said, June 19th, Miami. It, DoubleTree, Miami Airport Convention Center. That thing's gonna be. I'm ready to see those fights. I'm ready for those fights.
That's
Harold
awesome.
and those guys fighting for titles.
Gary, thank you so much for coming on the show. I got to head over to the New York State Athletic Commission office, and I thank you so much,
Yeah.
man. We really appreciate your time, and we hope to have you back on the show.
Yeah. Anytime, Damon. Thank you, man. Have a good, safe trip out there in New York. Okay.
Thank you very much, Gary. Gary Lewis, Signature Punch, Boxing. Thanks for joining us on the Slip Punches Show, brother.
All right. Take care.
All right, take care.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in the Slip Punches Show with Damon Gonzalez. We are live from New York City. We thank you again, and we'll be talking to you soon. Keep on punching.